The Neo Sploosh-O-Matic is a fast-firing, short-range weapon in Splatoon 3. The Neo Sploosh-O-Matic has one really big strength, which is its ability to gain a lot of turf fast. With its fast fire rate and wide spread, you will most likely be spending most of your time creating a large areas of turf for your team and gaining points for your specials. Where combat with this weapon is not often advised due to its short range, and trying to face an opponent head-on is not ideal due to them most likely being able to take you out before you get to them. But that's not to say that the weapon is useless in combat. If an enemy gets close enough without noticing you, or you are able to sneak up them, you'll be able to use the fast fire rate and wide spread to overwhelm them with bullets, leaving them with little options and not a lot to do. But otherwise, combat with this weapon is not advised unless the element of surprise is on your side. The sub-weapon is a squid beacon, which allows you to create a beacon that your teammates can super jump to for quick movement flanking. However, to use this sub-weapon effectively, you'll need to strategize and place the beacon in the right location. Here are some tips. Make sure the beacon is hidden a bit out of the way and not an obvious sight of the enemy so they can easily destroy it, or even worse, be able to spawn trap your teammates when they're jumping to it. Analyze the situation before jumping to a squid beacon. Consider the opponent's location by where their ink is on the map, and where your team's position are to ensure that it's safe. Communicate with your team about the squid beacon. Let them know you've placed it and its purpose so they can use it to their advantage. I know most of the time in the game communication isn't optimal, but if you're able to communicate with your team, make sure you do so. Don't forget about the squid beacon. During the heart of battle, it's easy to forget that you have this sub. Make sure that you have at least one placed down at all points in the game. The special for this weapon is the Killer Whale 5.1. This special fires out 6 lasers which will lock onto opponents and track their movements if they get locked onto, doing damage every time the laser is in contact with them, and you'll still be able to use your main and sub weapon while these lasers are firing. The lasers can lock onto opponents from any distance, but they're most efficient up close since when the lasers turn to track them it will be quicker. The Killer Whale works best for opponents that are in combat or you're about to be in combat with, or opponents that your teammates are in combat with, since when you use them out of combat, the opponents will most likely be able to avoid them by moving out the way or just squid rolling and using the armor frames to avoid the damage. By using them when already in combat or to support your teammates in combat, the opponents will still have to dodge the lasers, but they'll also have to fight the teammate as well, limiting their options and giving you the upper hand. Another good use for the Killer Whale is for tracking backline opponents with just one or two of the lasers. For backline opponents with the charger, they'll have to keep moving, and it'll be harder for them to get a clear shot, meaning your team will have the opportunity to capitalise on this and get into the game. Killer Whale is perfect for the Neo in Turf Wars because you can ink the home turf and use your special to support the team from the home base, and then immediately start inking turf to get another one. Some gear that I would recommend for the Neo Sploosh-O-Matic is run speed up, so you're able to run into areas and cover a larger amount of turf quicker. Special charge down to be able to get that Killer Whale just that more often. An ink saver main so there'd be less downtime. You can also run Ninja Squid to help with the sneak and surprise attacks, but just keep in mind that this will make your swim speed slower. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and consider subscribing, and comment if there's any weapons that you would like me to cover. Until next time, see ya.